Hey, hey. Good evening. Yep, just hopped out of the shower. We hear the Lord of the Rings is no longer going to be trilogy. We're getting a sequel soon. Sure, that will go well. Yeah, and man, does it sound awful. I saw a little bit about it. I haven't watched the footage they released yet, but I saw the summary where Stephen Colbert is helping to write it, and it's covering like the Tom Bombadil chapters, I think, right? It's I don't know what they're smoking. To me, that sounds very misguided. But I guess we'll see. Hey, let me watch that video they released on it. Here, it's an IGN one.
Well, hi everybody. I thought it was time to give you all a Hunt for Gollum update, the first of many that we'll do, little blogs along the way. And Andy Serkis has been busy designing.
That I'm excited for. This is totally separate, as I understand it, from the new Lord of the Rings sequel series. This is something different, and this seems hype.
The film. He's going to direct it and obviously play Gollum. We've got a lot of the old team back again, familiar faces and some new faces. But Andy's doing a terrific job. It's looking amazing. The script is coming together really well, and I think it's going to be a really good film. A really good film. But that is not the only Tolkien movie that we're developing. We've actually got another film that we'll be making after Hunt for Gollum. So I thought I should tell you a little bit about that. Actually, why don't I get somebody else to explain it? Because we've got a very special partner that we're working with, and you can see for yourself. Hang on.
It's Stephen Colbert, isn't it?
Hello.
Whoa.
Hi, Peter.
Hey, Stephen. Hi. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good. 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 I like all your Tolkien stuff on the wall there. That's that's hard.
Oh, thanks. This is just part of the collection.
So I was just explaining to the folks about the next Tolkien movie after Hunt for Gollum, and the fact that we've partnered up with you to develop the script. So
Yeah.
Maybe someone can explain better than I can, or maybe someone can explain it to me. Why is Stephen Colbert writing it? Is he like a Tolkien expert or something? He's a super fan. Okay. Let me see what his writing credits include. Like, it feels like a wacky choice. What has he written? Okay, so outside of like late night material, there's something called Daryl Gorn. He wrote uh that might be it. Strangers with Candy in 2005. The rest of these are like Saturday Night Live credits and late night credits and Emmy credits and stuff like that. And Exit 57 in 95. Is he the lead writer? As I understand it, yes. Well, actually, let me finish watching this video first, because maybe they explain exactly what his role is.
I'm pretty happy about it. Should I tell people what the story is?
As much as you want. Yep, yep.
I will,
Yep.
as much as I can. You know what the books mean to me and what your films mean to me. But the thing I found myself reading over and over again were the 6 chapters early on in the Fellowship that y'all
And I
never
started asking,
developed
where's Skibbity?
into the first movie back in the day. It's basically the chapter is Three is Company through Fog on the Barrow Downs. And I thought, oh wait, maybe that could be its own story that could fit into the larger story. Could we make something that was completely faithful to the books while also being completely faithful to the movies that you guys had already made? And I started talking it over with my son, Peter, who's also a screenwriter. And we worked out what we thought would work, especially as a framing device for that story.
That was a very cool
And,
mug right there, not
it
gonna
took me
lie.
a few years to scrape my courage into a pile to give you a call. But about 2 years ago, I did. You liked it enough to talk to me about it. And ever since then, the two of us have been working with the brilliant Philippa Boyens on how to develop this story. And we recently took it to Richard Brenner at New Line and Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca at Warner Brothers. And I could not be happier to say that they loved it. And so that's what we're going to be working on.
Fantastic. Now, are you sure you've got the time, though? Because, you know...
That I did not think I would have the time. As much as I love it, I knew I couldn't do that and do the show at the same time. But it turns out I'm going to be free starting this summer.
Well, isn't that fortunate?
Isn't that a you catastrophe right there? So if you'll excuse me, I've got to finish a television show and I've got to write a movie script, but I will see you all in the Shire.
Okay, alrighty. Bye-bye. See you, Stephen.
Thanks,
Bye,
Peter.
bye, Steven.
Bye-bye.
Wow, that was so organic. Wow, they're just like us. I mean, that seems, again, like a really interesting fit there. I don't really understand it, but I guess we'll see. Did you see the Harry Potter remake trailer? I'm so conflicted on how to feel. I did actually watch that one. I saw that earlier. I didn't think it was bad, but it really doesn't have the same kind of like... I don't even know how to describe it, but the same kind of like mystical feel that the movies captured. It feels a lot more sterile. It's a lot less incompetent than I expected, given everything that I heard going into it, like all of the changes in the direction they were taking it. Like, I definitely expected it to be worse, but I wasn't blown away or anything. Like, I truly feel like it can't be as good as what the movies captured, so it's only ever going to be competing to be decent. And it's like, what's the point? The point is making more money. Well, I mean, yeah, I know that's like the shareholder point. Yeah. I'll give it a whirl, though. I'll give it a shake, and we'll see. I'm super willing to be proven wrong about it. Surprisingly, it's directed by the guy who did the menu. I do like the menu. When continuing playing Blasphemous. I was playing it some more tonight, so I'll have another video up on it for tomorrow. Very good game. Is your favorite Harry Potter movie Prisoner of Azkaban? I really liked Prisoner of Azkaban, actually. I don't know if it'd be my favorite. Honestly, Chamber of Secrets was the one that held the most nostalgic place for me growing up. But I think Prisoner of Azkaban is a better film between the two. The one with the cup was fire. I didn't like Goblet of Fire. That's probably my least favorite Harry Potter movie. I really didn't like it. I liked Mad Eye, but I didn't like the movie. But it has the iconic Dumbledore scene. I do love the Dumbledore scene. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? No, probably won't be playing the finals tonight. We're gonna shoot the shit for a little while, then I think I'll try and get some progress done on Halo Infinite Legendary to finish out the marathon. Infinite gonna hit like crack after 5. So true, man. God, 5 was so bad. Oh, you replayed Devil May Cry series for the gaming channel? Oh, 1000%, yeah. R slash defending AI art is not happy with you? Why? I don't. It feels like it shouldn't even be a big deal. It feels like it shouldn't be that big of a crazy take. You made fun of their memes. Worst crime in Reddit, I guess. You saw YouTube and Instagram lost $3 million lawsuit over social media addiction. I saw the headlines for that, yeah. You seen that road rage incident where a guy shot at a dad and his son who then pit maneuvered him, and the guy who shot at them allegedly laughed in their face in court? I did not. I didn't hear about that at all. Yeah, we talked about the quadruple amputee murderer yesterday. AI Fruit Love Island is quitting. Wasn't that fake? I'm pretty sure that was a fake account that was crashing out. I don't think it was the real one. Seen the new episode of Invincible? Not if it just came out, no. You see that Epstein guy talking about how he wasn't actually Jeff? Palm Beach Pete? Yeah, of course I saw Palm Beach Pete.
The internet is going crazy over a video of a local man driving down I-95 who people say looks just like Jeffrey Epstein. The clip spreading quickly online, sparking double takes and even fueling conspiracy theories. But tonight, the man in that video is speaking out. CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty.
And now he won't stop yapping.
Setting the record straight. He had no idea.
Me, and it's a crazy phenomenon that has went really viral.
But what started as a double take quickly turned into something bigger.
That's Epstein.
Epstein did not kill himself.
And now he makes a bunch of videos talking about how he's not Jeffrey Epstein. Didn't he say he partied with Epstein? I don't know about that. To me, that sounds like he's memeing, but maybe. I mean, I don't think he's Epstein. He does look pretty similar, though. But I don't think that's Epstein. You see that guy who has Epstein's same name? Well, there's a ton of Jeffrey Epsteins in the world, I bet. It's probably not that unusual of a name if I had to guess. Yeah, I'm excited for The Boys. I hope it has a strong finish. You saw someone on Depop using a cardboard cutout of you as a model to sell clothing? I did see that. Yeah. Pretty cool. Hope it's helping. You slayed in those shirts. Yeah, the picture I saw looked pretty good. You seen the 40K 11th preview? No, this just came out, huh? 57 minutes ago. This is brand new.
Armageddon, the war world. Its soil is worthless, salted by the blood and sweat of generations. War is all that remains. It
Ultramarines.
rises
Always
from the dust
Ultramarines.
and echoes in the sky, a promise, a cacophony of endings.
Well, we got the Orcs and Blood Angels here, so it's not just the Ultramarine show. That's good.
Sanguinius' sons, angels of death. We belong here.
Sanguinius is dead, right? He's not an Eternal,
Our veins burn with
I
his
think.
wrath.
I can't remember
Our
now.
twin hearts
But he died in the
hammer
Horus
with his
Heresy.
rage. War is all that we know.
Yeah, okay, thought so.
This world must hold. There can be no retreat. There can be no mercy. There can be no peace. There is only war.
Banger. That's pretty cool. Warhammer always has the coolest fucking cinematics. That's because they have the coolest universe, man. It really is just like the most fun universe. Unlimited potential of cool shit. You see the trailer for The Furious? Same director as the action director on Phantom Blade 0. No. That was fucking hype. So you're saying you weren't a fan of the Twisted Old Boy? Well, I didn't say it was a bad movie or anything. I think that was one of the more unique films I've ever watched. I went into it expecting just like a really cool action movie. It is Not that. It's a movie. Hold the action. Like there's only a couple of scenes of action. The rest is just like a crazy fucking trip. It's like a wild madness incarnate type movie. The director's other films also rule. Old Boy director. Yeah, that was the only film from him that I've seen. It was a crazy one. He has a new movie that just came out called No Other Choice. It's really good too. I'll check it out. You never watched The Handmaiden? That's him too. Never even heard of The Handmaiden. You saw the trailer for Tomb Raider King? It's a solo leveling clone anime. I have not, but I heard that a lot of manhwa, I forgot what they're called now, are like solo leveling like rip at this point. Like a lot of them just take solo leveling and do it again. I'm assuming this is one of those. Wow, that even looks like Sung Jin-woo. Holy shit.
剛力亮が38歳俺は今日死ぬんだな
今回の任務は必ず成功させねばならんその代わりそれに見合
No
う報酬を
subtitles,
やる
that's alright.
だが
Looks like I'm gonna have to level up by myself.
よくも俺にこんな仕打ちを大柄大佐
チャンスをやろうできるものなら真の王座についてみろ
どういうことだ俺は過去に戻ってきたってことか
Wow, even the plot looks the same. I don't know what they're saying, but
こいつはな
this looks
こうやって
identical.
使うんだよ
もしかしてあなたですか
このままムザムザと犬死にしてたまるかトーク2を2020
Hold on, I gotta look up the plot to this. I have to see the plot. Okay. Mysterious tombs. Oh, god damn it. Advertisement. Okay. Mysterious tombs appear all over the world one day, each containing a relic which grants its owners supernatural abilities. Hey, hey. Good evening. Yep, just hopped out of the shower. We hear the Lord of the Rings is no longer going to be trilogy. We're getting a sequel soon. Sure, that will go well. Yeah, and man, does it sound awful. I saw a little bit about it. I haven't watched the footage they released yet, but I saw the summary where Stephen Colbert is helping to write it, and it's covering like the Tom Bombadil chapters, I think, right? It's I don't know what they're smoking. To me, that sounds very misguided. But I guess we'll see. Hey, let me watch that video they released on it. Here, it's an IGN one.
Well, hi everybody. Well, hi everybody. I thought it was time to give you all a Hunt for Gollum update, the first of many that we'll do, little blogs along the way. And Andy Serkis has been busy designing.
That I'm excited for. This is totally separate, as I understand it, from the new Lord of the Rings sequel series. This is something different, and this seems hype.
The film, he's going to direct it and obviously play Gollum. We've got a lot of the old team back again, familiar faces and some new faces. But Andy's doing a terrific job. It's looking amazing. The script is coming together really well, and I think it's going to be a really good film. A really good film. But that is not the only Tolkien movie that we're developing. We've actually got another film that we'll be making after Hunt for Gollum. So I thought I should tell you a little bit about that. Actually, why don't I get somebody else to explain it? Because we've got a very special partner that we're working with, and you can see for yourself. Hang on.
It's Stephen Colbert, isn't it?
Hello.
Whoa.
Hi, Peter.
Hey, Stephen. Hi. How are you?
How are you doing?
Good. I like all your Tolkien stuff on the wall there. That's that's hard.
Oh, thanks. This is just part of the collection.
So I was just explaining to the folks about the next Tolkien movie after Hunt for Gollum, and the fact that we've partnered up with you to develop the script. So
yeah,
maybe someone can explain better than I can, or maybe someone can explain it to me. Why is Stephen Colbert writing it? Is he like a Tolkien expert or something? He's a super fan. Okay. But let me see what his writing credits include. Like, it feels like a wacky choice. What has he written? Okay, so outside of, like, late night material, there's something called Darrelgorn. He wrote... That might be it. Strangers with Candy in 2005. The rest of these are like Saturday Night Live credits and late night credits and Emmy credits and stuff like that. And Exit 57 in 95. Is he the lead writer? As I understand it, yes. Well, actually, let me finish watching this video first, because maybe they explain exactly what his role is.
I'm pretty happy about it. Should I tell people what the story is?
As much as you want. Yep, yep.
I will,
Yep.
as much as I can. You know what the books mean to me and what your films mean to me. But the thing I found myself reading over and over again were the 6 chapters early on in the Fellowship that y'all
And I
never
started asking,
developed
where's Skibbity?
into the first movie back in the day. It's basically the chapter is 3 is company through Fog on the Barrow Downs. And I thought, oh wait, maybe that could be its own story that could fit into the larger story. Could we make something that was completely faithful to the books while also being completely faithful to the movies that you guys had already made? And I started talking it over with my son, Peter, who's also a screenwriter. And we worked out what we thought would work, especially as a framing device for that story.
That was a very cool
And,
mug right there, not
it
gonna
took me
lie.
a few years to scrape my courage into a pile to give you a call. But about 2 years ago, I did. You liked it enough to talk to me about it. And ever since then, the two of us have been working with the brilliant Philippa Boyens on how to develop this story. And we recently took it to Richard Brenner at New Line and Pam Abdi and Mike DeLuca at Warner Brothers. And I could not be happier to say that they loved it. And so that's what we're going to be working on.
Fantastic. Now, are you sure you've got the time, though? Because, you know...
That I did not think I would have the time. As much as I love it, I knew I couldn't do that and do the show at the same time. But it turns out I'm going to be free starting this summer.
Well, isn't that fortunate?
Isn't that a you catastrophe right there? So if you'll excuse me, I've got to finish a television show and I've got to write a movie script, but I will see you all in the Shire.
Okay, alrighty. Bye-bye. See you, Stephen.
Thanks,
Bye,
Peter.
bye, Steven.
Bye-bye.
Wow, so organic. Wow, they're just like us. I mean, that seems, again, like a really interesting fit there. I don't really understand it, but I guess we'll see. Did you see the Harry Potter remake trailer? I'm so conflicted on how to feel. I did actually watch that one. I saw that earlier. I didn't think it was bad, but it really doesn't have the same kind of, like... I don't even know how to describe it, but the same kind of, like, mystical feel that the movies captured. It feels a lot more sterile. It's a lot less incompetent than I expected, given everything that I heard going into it, like all of the changes in the direction they were taking it. Like, I definitely expected it to be worse, but I wasn't blown away or anything. Like, I truly feel like it can't be as good as what the movies captured, so it's only ever going to be competing to be decent. And it's like, what's the point? The point is making more money. Well, I mean, yeah, I know that's like the shareholder point. Yeah. I'll give it a whirl, though. I'll give it a shake, and we'll see. I'm super willing to be proven wrong about it. Surprisingly, it's directed by the guy who did the menu. I do like the menu. When continuing playing Blasphemous. I was playing it some more tonight, so I'll have another video up on it for tomorrow. Very good game. Is your favorite Harry Potter movie Prisoner of Azkaban? I really liked Prisoner of Azkaban, actually. I don't know if it'd be my favorite. Honestly, Chamber of Secrets was the one that held the most nostalgic place for me growing up. But I think Prisoner of Azkaban is a better film between the two. The one with the cup was fire. I didn't like Goblet of Fire. That's probably my least favorite Harry Potter movie. I really didn't like it. I liked Mad Eye, but I didn't like the movie. But it has the iconic Dumbledore scene. I do love the Dumbledore scene. Did you put your name in the Goblet of Fire? No, probably won't be playing the finals tonight. We're gonna shoot the shit for a little while, then I think I'll try and get some progress done on Halo Infinite Legendary to finish out the marathon. Infinite gonna hit like crack after 5. So true, man. God, 5 was so bad. Oh, you replayed Devil May Cry series for the gaming channel? Oh, 1000%, yeah. R slash defending AI art is not happy with you? Why? I don't. It feels like it shouldn't even be a big deal. It feels like it shouldn't be that big of a crazy take. You made fun of their memes. Worst crime in Reddit. I guess. You saw YouTube and Instagram lost $3 million lawsuit over social media addiction. I saw the headlines for that, yeah. You seen that road rage incident where a guy shot at a dad and his son who then pit maneuvered him, and the guy who shot at them allegedly laughed in their face in court? I did not. I didn't hear about that at all. Yeah, we talked about the quadruple amputee murderer yesterday. AI Fruit Love Island is quitting. Wasn't that fake? I'm pretty sure that was a fake account that was crashing out. I don't think it was the real one. Seen the new episode of Invincible? Not if it just came out, no. You see that Epstein guy talking about how he wasn't actually Jeff? Palm Beach Pete? Yeah, of course I saw Palm Beach Pete.
The internet is going crazy over a video of a local man driving down I-95 who people say looks just like Jeffrey Epstein. The clip spreading quickly online, sparking double takes and even fueling conspiracy theories. But tonight, the man in that video is speaking out. CBS 12 News reporter Katie Benty.
And now he won't stop yapping.
Setting the record straight. He had no idea.
Me, and it's a crazy phenomenon that has went really viral.
But what started as a double take quickly turned into something bigger.
That's Epstein.
Epstein did not kill himself.
And now he makes a bunch of videos talking about how he's not Jeffrey Epstein. Didn't he say he partied with Epstein? I don't know about that. To me, that sounds like he's memeing, but maybe. I mean, I don't think he's Epstein. He does look pretty similar, though. But I don't think that's Epstein. You see that guy who has Epstein's same name? Well, there's a ton of Jeffrey Epsteins in the world, I bet. It's probably not that unusual of a name if I had to guess. Yeah, I'm excited for The Boys. I hope it has a strong finish. You saw someone on Depop using a cardboard cutout of you as a model to sell clothing? I did see that. Yeah. Pretty cool. Hope it's helping. You slayed in those shirts. Yeah, the picture I saw looked pretty good. You seen the 40K 11th preview? No, this just came out, huh? 57 minutes ago. This is brand new.
Armageddon, the war world. Its soil is worthless, salted by the blood and sweat of generations. War is all that remains.
Ultramarines, always Ultramarines.
And echoes in the sky, a promise, a cacophony of endings.
Well, we got the Orcs and Blood Angels here, so it's not just the Ultramarine show. That's good.
Sanguinius' sons, angels of death. We belong here.
Sanguinius is dead, right? He's not an Eternal.
Our veins burn with
I think.
wrath.
I can't remember now.
Our twin hearts
But he died in the
hammer
Horus
with his
Heresy.
rage. War is all that we know.
Yeah, okay, thought so.
This world must hold. There can be no retreat. There can be no mercy. There can be no peace. There is only war.
Banger. That's pretty cool. Warhammer always has the coolest fucking cinematics. That's because they have the coolest universe, man. It really is just like the most fun universe. Unlimited potential of cool shit. You see the trailer for The Furious? Same director as the action director on Phantom Blade 0. No. That was fucking hype. So you're saying you weren't a fan of the Twisted Old Boy? Well, I didn't say it was a bad movie or anything. I think that was one of the more unique films I've ever watched. I went into it expecting just like a really cool action movie. It is Not that. It's a movie. Hold the action. Like there's only a couple of scenes of action. The rest is just like a crazy fucking trip. It's like a wild madness incarnate type movie. The director's other films also rule. Old Boy director. Yeah, that was the only film from him that I've seen. It was a crazy one. He has a new movie that just came out called No Other Choice. It's really good too. I'll check it out. You never watched The Handmaiden? That's him too. Never even heard of The Handmaiden. You saw the trailer for Tomb Raider King? It's a solo leveling clone anime. I have not, but I heard that a lot of manhwa, I forgot what they're called now, are like solo leveling like rip at this point. Like a lot of them just take solo leveling and do it again. I'm assuming this is one of those. Wow, that even looks like Sung Jin-woo. Holy shit.
剛力亮が38歳。俺は今日死ぬんだな。
今回の任務は必ず成功させねばならん。その代わり、それに見合
No
う報酬を
subtitles,
やる。
that's alright.
だが
Looks like I'm gonna have to level up by myself.
よくも俺にこんな仕打ちを。大川大佐。
チャンスをやろう。できるものなら真の王座についてみろ。
どういうことだ。俺は過去に戻ってきたってことか。
Wow, even the plot looks the same. I don't know what they're saying, but
こいつはな。
this looks
こうやって
identical.
使うんだよ。
もしかしてあなたですか？
このままムザムザと犬死にしてたまるか。トーク2を2020
Hold on, I gotta look up the plot to this. I have to see the plot. Okay. Mysterious tombs. Oh, god damn it. Advertisement. Okay. Mysterious tombs appear all over the world one day, each containing a relic which grants its owners supernatural abilities. Juhyun Soo is a tomb explorer, excavator, and raider. Betrayed by his employer, he's about to die at the hands of a powerful new relic when he suddenly finds himself 15 years in the past before any relics or tombs made their debut. Driven by feelings of revenge, how will Juhyun use his knowledge of the future to become the Tomb Raider King? Okay, so it's not an identical plot, but it's pretty similar. And it is fundamentally just Sung
7
Jin-woo.
月より放送開始払いの給料と退職金をよこせってな
That's crazy. How interesting. Looks like Tomb Raider King is actually older than Solo Leveling. Oh, so Solo Leveling borrowed from Tomb Raider King. Solo Leveling just popularized it. Wow, okay. That's wrong. I just checked. Tomb Raider King came out 4 months after Solo Leveling. I don't know what to believe anymore. But either way, it's not like Solo Leveling had like the most unique plot or anything. It was just done well. Like the anime was just done really well. It was super hype. I like Solo Leveling. I know that's become like a hot take, but I really like it. I think it's just a perfect sit down, have some fun, eat some popcorn, enjoy the hype. What do you think of Redline, the movie? Redline is one of my favorite animated films of all time. Does anyone even have the rights to the movie nowadays? That's such a good question. If I could get the rights to Redline, I'd just post that shit on YouTube. Just raw dump it since it's apparently not there anymore. Let's see. So, according to this, and take it with a grain of salt, this is the AI overview. It says that the North American distribution rights are owned by Manga Entertainment, which is Anchor Bay Films. Never heard of it. Owned by John Manga. Yeah. True. John Manga has the rights. Tubi owns the streaming rights now. It's free on Tubi. You're telling me Redline's on Tubi? Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Bro, Tubi is incredible. He's absolutely right. It's just up there on Tubi. What a great service, man. I've become such a big Tubi fan. It just keeps getting better. How much is Tubi? It's free. It just has ad breaks, which is fine. They have so many movies. They have so many everything. Their animation catalog is what really converted me to a Tubi fan. Getting such a strong catalog of classic cartoons, and I guess anime too, which I didn't even know about till now, I think is just such a good move. I really, really appreciate that. Gideon has his own show on Tubi, Catching Predators. Does he? Fucking hype. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, maybe there really is something to uploading to Tubi. It is a cool platform, man. I'm very, very impressed with it in recent times. Why did you ever make fun of Tubi? Genuine question. They blew ass! Okay, let's not pretend that Tubi's always been the GOAT. When Tubi first launched, it was a joke, man. They had like a season of something, but like a random season of it. I think they had like Pokemon Season 8 or some shit. And they were just all over the place. It used to be super not good. But now it cooks. They just needed practice. No, they just needed time. Like, straight up, they just needed time. I am very glad to see how strong Tubi has become. I genuinely have become a fan. I think it's a great service. Tubi also has JoJo's, Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, Death Note, and original Yu-Gi-Oh! Bangers. All free. Love that. Is Ed, Ed, Ed on Tubi? I'm pretty sure that was one of the cartoons they recently got. Let me see. Oh yeah, it's even right here. They got like every old school Cartoon Network cartoon recently. I love how Courage is still so popular, man. Genuinely one of the best animated shows ever made. Rewatch Jumper, then play the video game. I forgot about the Jumper game. Tubi also adding the Max Payne movie next Wednesday. You should watch it. That'd be great. I'd love if Tubi would just let you watch party anything on their site. I'd go crazy on it, man. They have such a cool catalog. Like, even outside of shows and movies you've heard of, they have, like, movies from just like mom and dad who just fired up the camcorder and uploaded it to Tubi. They have like everything. Just genuine garbage, as well as just some of the greatest ever made. They got AFV on there. Oh, AFV. Holy. I doubt it, man. That, I think, still just gets infinite reruns on cable. I would be shocked if they had AFV. Do they have MXC, the most extreme elimination challenge? No, I don't think so. I'll look, but I doubt it. Okay, I'll just do MXC. Oh my god, they actually have MXC. What? They have everything. What? Wow. Really doubt this was from 2013. Yeah, they've got this timeline all fucked up. I was watching this back in middle school. Even the final season, I'm pretty sure I was still in middle school when it ended. Yeah, we watched the trailer for the new Courage fan game. I'm excited for it. Does Tubi have the Goosebumps TV show? A good question. I feel like probably not. Is this the original? They have the Nightmare Room! What? There's an episode of the Nightmare Room that really fucked me up when I was a kid. It's the one with Shia LaBeouf and the doll. Oh, it looks like they don't have all of it. Or was there really only one season of it? Or maybe it wasn't Nightmare Room. Maybe it was Are You Afraid of the Dark? Man, let's see if this is the original Goosebumps. It looks like it. I wish they could do some magic and get the rights to shows that are tax write-offs. The concept of a show can only be pirated when it gets written off as wild. I don't even know which ones you're referring to outside of like the Batgirl movie and stuff. a type Hydra, do they? Let's go. The Legend of La Llorona. That movie was such a pile of dog shit. Do they have Monster House? Ah, no Monster House. Looks like something else must have the rights. Shame. Yeah, no, Monster House is good. That movie was like actually very good. Do they have all seasons of Courage? Yes. If I remember correctly, yes. Up. Yep, all 4 seasons. Do they have the Jimmy Neutron crossover episodes with Fairly Odd Parents? The Jimmy Timmy Power Hour? They have the Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius movie, but it looks like they don't have the series. So no. The hell is this, Mr. Beast? He uploads his videos to Tubi. Got it. Seems like a lot of YouTubers are doing that, based on what chat was saying. You should test it with the other channel or skill check. No, if I'm gonna do it, I'll just go all in. I won't just dip my toes. What would be, you know, that's not a bad idea though. Just take the content from all of the channels and just put it on one spot for Tubi. Just an infinitely cycling spot. So all the gaming channel videos, TOC, skill check, main, and have it all go through. Gotta rake in the Tubi revenue. I can't imagine they pay you though. Like Mr. Beast, for example. Like, what are they paying him? Like ad revenue for the ad breaks in his videos? I guess maybe. I don't know. I'd be very curious to know what that's like. As long as you don't pay, you don't mind the ads if shown on Tubi, right? I don't even think you can pay, right? Isn't Tubi's whole thing that it's just completely free, you just get the ad breaks? I don't even think there's an option to pay. I could be wrong, though. I'm very new to this Tubi thing. I've only recently become a fan of it. When was the last time you watched Ed, Edd and Eddy? Not that long ago. I've thrown some Ed, Edd and Eddy episodes on trying to sleep in the past. They have an Espanol section at the top, perfect for you to practice. True! I could really brush up on my Spanish here by going to the Espanol section. They even got Ninjago in here in the Espanol section. Maybe that's how I'll master and be fluent again. Through watching Ninjago. Your One Piece Season 2 take was awful. It was like Season 1 but better. What was my One Piece Season 2 take? I haven't watched it. You seen the Resident Evil movie with the OG voice actors? Mm-mm. They said Wapple looked goofy. Oh yeah, from the little bits and pieces I saw, yeah, I thought Wapple looked very goofy. But I haven't watched it. You might be confusing me with Danny, who said that he didn't like it. But I don't have a take on One Piece Season 2, I haven't watched it. Why are we on Tubi Espanol? Oh, I just still have it up. You see the creator of OnlyFans died, apparently? Yeah, I did see that. Leonid Ravinsky, right? I did see that. Yeah, we talked about the quadruple amputee murder yesterday. That is a crazy story. What was that guy who did the scary videos on YouTube called? There are two big ones, Mr. Nightmare and Nuke's Top 5. Yeah, we just watched the Furious trailer. Life of Luxury was too scary for you. True! Life of Luxury was a tinkle your britches type of scary. What are they up to these days? Wow, they haven't made anything in 11 months. It crawled into her bed at night. The most horrifying monsters from Life of Luxury compilation 2024. Her stuffed animal comes to life at night. Yeah, this was a little too scary. Did they quit? I guess? Maybe? I don't know. It's been 11 months. Oh, I see. Look at their posts. Ah. So it looks like they believed their account was shadow banned, and so they've abandoned it. Is what it seems like. Man, their views were crazy. Holy. Does Shadowban actually exist? Of course it does. Absolutely. How do you feel about the TMNT MTG set? I thought it was fine. I don't have any huge complaints on it. I only played the cards once though. So I didn't get like a ton of experience with the new set. You saw that video of the dancing robot going rogue in a restaurant and being dragged away? Yeah, dude just wanted a groove. I saw.
This is the moment things started. This is the moment things started heating up in Cupertino, California. At this hot pot restaurant, a humanoid robot's attempt to bust a move just going bust. Items flying in the air. Restaurant workers appearing to try to rein in the robot with little luck.
You can't stop
The way
him.
this played out, it's funny, but what are the potential risks of a robot like that going haywire in a tight restaurant setting?
Very serious concerns. Thanks for bringing that up, Chip. Yeah, absolutely could have started strangling patrons, poking them with the chopsticks, stabbing them with a steak knife. Yeah, there's something we take very seriously right now. Luckily, they're just dancing on us, fucking Fortnite emoting. But you're right, Chip. I think at any moment it is something we need to recognize that could start happening. Imagine bros started shuffling. That'd be hype. Do you remember Jay Hills? Vaguely. That sounds loosely familiar. Yeah, I know about Content King. I won't be playing it tonight, though. I will probably at least start Halo Infinite and chip away at it. That way I can finally finish the Halo marathon and move on. You're gonna buy the world's largest dinosaur? I saw they're trying to sell the famous 86-foot tall, 145,000 pound Tyrannosaurus Rex named Tyra. Are they? Why? Well, that didn't give me what I want. Oh, here we go.
Well, this is it. Drumheller saying goodbye to an iconic landmark. The world's largest dinosaur, also known as Tira, will close for good in 2029. The Drumheller District Chamber of Commerce says that the adjacent gift shop and the visitor information center will also be shut down.
No!
It's been a towering symbol of Drumheller's rich connection to dinosaur history and tourism for 25 years. The chamber says that while this decision was difficult, it's an opportunity to refocus on its core mission to support local business and foster economic growth.
And killing Tira somehow helps with that? You can't keep Tira up and also focus on small businesses? She's preventing that? That would be amazing for the ranch. I mean, I guess how like it's gonna be unbelievably expensive. There's no fucking way. Like actually no way. It would be very cool though. Okay, let me see what the price is. If it's like $50, I'll do it. Let me see. Oh my god, it's a fiberglass and steel dinosaur. Holy shit. That's just gonna sink into the land here, man. I couldn't even do that if I wanted to. But what if it ends up sinking into oil? Well, that would be something. Man, it cost them $310,000 just to paint the motherfucker. No shot. Actually, no shot. 300 large just to paint it. Hey, thanks for the raid, Kingsman. Hope you had a good stream. Hope you're doing well. You want to go halvesies on a 145,000-pound dinosaur? Yeah, it doesn't say how much they want for it, though. Oh, they can't even move it. For now, Tira's fate remains to be seen. Calgary Herald reported last year that she would be dismantled in 2029. At the time, the DDCC says it's committed to exploring long-term options for the dinosaur. Whatever Tira's fate may be, it's unlikely that someone will swoop in to uproot her to a new home. When asked if there was any chance for the entire structure to be moved elsewhere, the DDCC executive didn't sound optimistic. We don't believe this is a feasible option. So they couldn't even get it here if I wanted them to. By helicopter. It's 145,000 fucking pounds. They would need 300 helicopters lifting it. That's not happening. The French moved the Statue of Liberty. How much does the Statue of Liberty weigh? I bet there's a chance this weighs more. Okay, it's not even close. I'm on the crack pipe. Yeah, it's double this. Okay, I got a little carried away. Hey man, if there's a feasible option for them to get it to my farm, I'll take it off their hands if that helps them. But I don't think A, it's possible, or B, is remotely affordable. But if they want to do it just for fun, like if they think it's a cool idea, I'm on board. You saw the butt birth rhino from Ace Ventura just sold for $60K. I didn't see that. That's quite a deal. You ever played Persona 5? Love Persona 5. You see, NASA is planning to build a moon base by 2029. I did not see that. I don't think it'll happen. I'll believe it when I see it. You played the new Helldivers 2 update? I have not. I haven't played Helldivers in a little while, actually. It's been a couple months. Couple months, bro. It's been a couple years by now. No, I was playing it only a couple months ago. Checking out the new content. I just didn't stream it or anything. You should do some trade ups in CS2. Nah, I'm not a big case opening guy. Got nothing to trade up. You ready to make a JJK video tomorrow? Why does the season end tomorrow? Huh. That was short. That's the end of part 1, huh? That felt fast. I don't know if I'll bother doing a review just for part 1, though. Free Run is also over this week. It's the last episode of Free Run too? Fuck! I gotta catch up on Free Run. I'm still a little bit behind. I'll do that before it ends. We're gonna try Daredevil, or you just not really into it? Just not really into it. And I'm so far behind, it feels daunting to try and watch it all. You literally watched One Piece. Yeah, out of spite. It's not something I want to make a habit out of doing. Happy to hear you liking it so much, Observations. It's awesome. Glad you're liking the cheeky so much, man. Hope you're well. That clip of you calling One Piece a good sleep aid has been going viral on TikTok. Jesus. That must be from, what, 5 years ago now? That's cool, I guess. What are your thoughts on people stating Crimson Desert's game of the year? Definitely isn't my game of the year, but if they're liking it that much, that's cool, man. Did you like Crimson Desert? Not really. I only liked the combat. That was actually the only thing I liked about it. I don't think I'm gonna go through and finish it. There's a $2 billion home on YouTube. A $2 billion home? That sounds like the biggest load of barnacles. That has to be clickbait. Oh wow, I really butchered the spelling there. 2 billion. Oh, it's this thing. We watched this. This is a load of hooey. You look at the Riftbound League of Legends card game yet? Yeah, I played it quite a bit. We got a few videos up on Skill Check for it. It's not bad, I don't dislike it. But it's hard to choose to play Riftbound over just playing Magic instead. You tried the Gundam TCG? Yep. You play Magic Arena at all? Not really. Not because I don't like it, it's just I don't want to spend a bunch of money on it when we already buy Magic in real life. Played any Warhammer 40k? Yep. I've only played 2 full tabletop games though. And the only like real one took 7 hours to complete. It was and adventure. It was a lot of fun, though. What was the army you played? Oh, come on. You should know what army I played. No, I played with Bricky. He taught it to me. Yeah, we talked about the Harry Potter trailer earlier. What do you think of the Moana live action trailer? Talked about that a bit yesterday. I think it looks fucking terrible. I think it looks awful. I imagine most people probably feel the same. Alright, before it gets too late, let's hop in some fucking Halo Infinite and try and bang this out. Then we can go on to the Sly Cooper franchise playthrough. We already did the first one. Alright, let's get it. Okay. Let's take her home. Okay. This will be refreshing off the tail end of Halo 5. This will be a nice palate cleanser, at least. This is going to feel much, much better. Am I compiling shaders right now? Is that what's happening? Are you going to get the tank gun? That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea at all. But, we'll see. I feel like people might think that's a cop-out. Is this campaign long? It's normal Halo campaign length. It can be a little bit longer depending on if you want to do some of the side stuff. I probably won't. The grappling hook is fun. The grappling hook is fun. That is true. Man, this is taking quite a while. There were cool glitches with the grappling hook when this first dropped. Yeah, Mint Blitz has some really cool stuff with the grappling hook. There's a lot of cool tech you can do with it. Man, this is a long load. What is happening? Is this campaign actually good? It's fine. I liked it when it first came out, but I think that's because I was just so desperate for anything Halo. But in the grand scheme of Halos, it's just fine. It's definitely 343's best campaign, though. I like it more than 4 and infinitely more than 5. I think the ending to this, though, is extraordinary trash. The new things they introduce at the very end, I already forgot what they were called. Prisoners? Or something? The Prisoner? I don't remember. The Endless, yeah. Halo just needs new writers who can actually make a script. Well, it also needs to just do new stuff. Like, they're redoing Halo CE again, is their big confirmed Halo project, which I'm sure it'll be fine. Like, I'm sure it'll be okay. Hold on, I gotta sign in. But I'd much rather just something new Halo instead of just constantly revisiting the greatest hits over and over and over and over again. Wow, this is really... Okay, hold on, I'm going dark. This is very annoying. I hate how they make you do this every single time. Why is it not sent? Oh, there we go. Almost ready. It's always a process getting logged in here and playing Halo. It's just never easy. There we go, we're in. Okay. They got AI working on CE, so we're set. Also, no multiplayer, don't worry. Don't know what you're referencing with AI working on CE, but yeah, I know they're not even releasing the CE remake with multiplayer. It's so cooked, it's so silly. Okay, here we go, baby. Last Halo game in the marathon. I do not know how to get the tank gun, so I probably won't bother. You crouch and hold E. Where? Oh, it's really quiet. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. I gotta turn that up a little bit. Nice. Atriox! The Shoryuken, nice.
How would you live your life differently?
My name is Atriox, and I am the last face you will ever see.
Hey, by the way, Atriox dies off screen. Spoiler. Not even like the main bad guy. He doesn't? Wait, when does he die? Am I misremembering? When does he die? He time travels? Wait, what? It was the legendary ending. Oh, I don't remember that at all. I know, I gotta turn the volume up. I don't know why it's so quiet, but I can't do it while the cutscene's going, I don't think. I don't want to end up skipping by accident.
Okay, Daddy's listening. Can you say hi? And show Daddy how big you are. Can you say so big? Good. And can you sing?
Okay, it is so... I can almost... Okay, I can do it during cutscene. I can almost not hear it. Wow. That would be why.
Good singing. How about I miss you?
I miss you.
And I love you.
I love you, Daddy.
And good. And can you say I can't wait? Okay, we'll say bye-bye.
Yeah, I know. I know. The textures were having a bit of an issue. In the beginning.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
Oh my god! My guy, he's here. Man, it just is, it is having a really hard time with his neck.
Auto shutdown. Triggering survival mode.
It's like he's got the collar from Suicide Squad on.
I'm going to try to overwrite. Okay. If you can hear me in there, I hope you're ready.
Bro's got the curse mark.
Please.
True.
Don't die.
Oh wow, it is just not fixing. He's just gonna stay like that, huh?
Yes! We're going home! Oh, welcome back, Chief. I rerouted what little power I had into your suit. I'm seeing a fault on the calibration matrix. At least I think it's a calibration matrix. Okay, follow the light. Look up. Now let's look down. That seems fine. Let's try right. And now left. Your visor feed and motor function seem to be operational. But it looks like there's a problem with the servos in your hands. Try moving.
Is that the only problem here, you think?
Stay calm. You've been out there a while. I know I saw something in here to check the diagnostics on your armor.
My latest driver update says fixes texture corruption in Halo Infinite.
Status report.
That's crazy.
What? There's something you need to see, Chief. We lost. Lost everything. There's nothing left for us here. I don't even know where here is. No, 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 no. Not then! Not again! We need to run!
I need a weapon.
Weapon? This is all I've got.
It's enough.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Wait, what? What are you gonna do?
Improvise. Close the door.
Oh, the main batteries are shut down. We're stuck out here. You have one bullet against an entire army. What can you do on your own?
I told you. It's enough.
Oh, so I see. They're powering up a stasis beam. We can't escape.
You work on the batteries. I'll buy us some time.
Let's get it, John.
Now what? We can't go anywhere while that stasis beam is active.
Then we'll shut it down. Stasis beam, weapons.
Way ahead of you, tooltips.
What? How will you get back?
I'll figure something out.
Oh! Oh! Huh. Wow. Very cool. Very cool. Wow. How cool. That was very awesome. Very awesome. This game is like 5 years old. How can it possibly be having this issue? My drivers are a week old. Why do I have to update my drivers daily just to keep Halo Infinite working properly? What fucking sense does that make? Well, let's see if it happens again, I guess. I have a hunch that it will. We'll see. Might have to do the brand new drivers, apparently, that came out today.
Now what? We can't go anywhere while that stasis beam is active.
Then we shut it down. Stasis beam.
Oh, come on.
All of it.
What? How will you get back?
I'll figure something
Oh
out.
my god, come on. It's doing better so far.
Eliminate! Chief! What?
Oh, man. Oh, man. Whoa. Jesus. I wanted to try and save some ammo.
We do not
That hologram. It's Atriox. He led the attack on the Infinity. He was looking for something. He killed everyone.
I know. We met.
What the fuck is my melee? There it is.
Atriox showed. We are invincible. We are the banished.
Yep. Unplayable. Tough. Sailor's Log, January 11th, 2026. Epstein files still not released, and still complete radio silence on the non-compliance exhibited from the administration with what they have released, where there is irrefutable evidence that they redacted, covered up names of people that weren't victims. They covered up names of potential perpetrators and people of interest, which they were not allowed to do. They have still not fully released the Epstein files. They are still kicking that can down the road. They have still not complied with the law that they were supposed to follow with all of this. And yet, nothing is happening. They are not being, like, punished for it or anything. They just get to do whatever they want, or get to not do whatever they don't want to do. It's complete lunacy, and the Epstein name is conveniently starting to fall out of people's lips, and it seems like the people in power are just conveniently forgetting who that is. It's like the Duffer Brothers with the Demogorgon. Who's that? What is that? Who? Epstein? What in tarnation is that mumbo-jumbo? Some kind of Frankenstein spinoff? I've yapped about it a lot, so instead, let me yap about something kind of adjacent to that. Dan Bongino. Dan Bongino was a podcaster who actually got to serve as deputy director of the FBI last year, and one of his big promises, one of his big things that he was going to fight for the people, for the American public, being the patriot that he is, he was going to go in there, he was going to get the Epstein files out, and he was going to get people held accountable. And guess what happened when Dan Bongino finally made it in there? Nothing. Less than nothing, really. Calling what he did nothing is a generosity that he doesn't deserve to be afforded. If you went into your bathroom right now and squeezed your empty tube of toothpaste, the fucking air that pops out of it would have more value than Dan Bongos going into the FBI. It's so fucking pathetic. But at least he has a really cool legacy he left behind with his time in the FBI with this iconic clip.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Holy shit! Dan Bongwater here dropping the bombshell. Wow. A very different tune than what Dan was saying before getting into this position, but the things he must have seen with those eyes, the truth that he must have seen, it really started to break him. And now he's finally getting that truth out there to all of us. Turns out it was a suicide and there are no other people to be held accountable. Really a profound, eye-opening interview here from Dumb and Dumber. The doofus duo here really put on quite the clown show. Kash Patel, by the way, I love to mention this, has provably gone under oath and lied about Epstein, where he said that there's no credible evidence that Epstein trafficked minors to anybody. And now, even with their complete sham of Epstein files they released that were just basically hundreds of pages of blacked out information, even with that, you can still see that what Kash Patel said under oath is a lie. That is textbook perjury, and he is not being arrested for it or anything like that because the laws just don't apply when you reach a certain level of power, it seems. Anyway, I've already talked about that quite a bit. I want to focus on Dan because he's now going back to podcasting. It seems like he's going to make his triumphant return to podcasting after his unsuccessful stint as the deputy director of the FBI. He just made an appearance on a podcast, and while a lot of people were rightfully ripping into him, it seemed like there was a large portion of his fan base that was more than willing to welcome him back with open arms and open legs so that he can continue to butt fuck them with this fake bravado he puts on for truth seeking, when it is clear, when given that position of power where he could actually find the truth and do some good to, like, follow through on his promises of releasing these Epstein files and getting this information out to the public, he folded and was more than willing to just bite that nipple and suckle because the government asked him to. When actually given a position of power, he was more than willing to just roll over belly up and just be a good little doggy for them. And now he's coming back and pretending like he did anything worthwhile, and people are still willing to just forget the entire year he spent as deputy director and did nothing about what he said he was going to do. Again, still no arrests from everything in regards to the Epstein clients. Still nothing. Dan accomplished nothing. Literally nothing, and even worked actively to continue to cover up this information with the very people he was criticizing for keeping things under wraps. And yet he's still going to come back to podcasting like he's a big shot and did such tremendous work there. It's so crazy to me. He then has the gall to say, like, anyone still complaining about this kind of stuff is just black-pilled and it's so annoying, this and that. Really feels like a big betrayal of the people that were, like, propping him up, hyping him up, glazing him, excited that he was now in this position to start doing the things he was claiming he would do in that position. Which, again, was lobbying behind Dan because he was the one talking about how important this is to him and how he's going to fight tooth and nail to finally get the Epstein client list out there and get people, fucking thrown in the slammer. Start having deep space... Well, maybe deep space, but deep state agents arrested as well, and fucking deep space agents too. He's just start fucking arresting cosmic entities out there. I don't know. He was talking about all these things about how he's gonna, get all of these horrible people out of there, and it all starts with the Epstein file cover-up being blown wide open. Then when he finally gets there, he doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of that, and just goes with the flow. He doesn't rock the boat. He just becomes a good little puppet for them. And now he's back to podcasting.
But the black pill, complaining and whining all the time about the administration of it, it's just like, man, what team are you on? Holy Moses, man. So you don't have to watch. It's okay. There's a door. Go find the freaking exits, because I don't really give a shit. I'm not here for anybody's money or anything like that. I'm too old for that shit.
Well, we're all very excited to have you back.
If you're excited to have him back, you need to hit yourself in the head with a hammer ASAP. Try and reset your neurons. This is a guy who has now proved to you that he is all lip service and will not actually fight for the truth or fight for you. He is not some patriot. He is now not in that position, and when he had that position, did nothing that he said he would do. Nothing he promised the people he would do. And now he's crawling back to podcasting. And then you have drones like her saying, "Oh, awesome, it's so good to have you back. We all can't wait to hear more from you." And this insight into the most unsuccessful stint in deputy director history. Yeehaw. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. But on the bright side, now that he's gone back to podcasting, we're going to have more golden clips like this.
This is Karate Man. Double leg. The jump kick. The side kick. The roundhouse. The tie kick. Body.
A true disciple of Bruce Lee himself, no doubt. I've seen a lot of people clowning on him for this clip. This is going all over the place right now. I've also seen reports that he's blocking thousands of accounts on Twitter, so he is crashing out big time. So, stand back, crooked FBI directors, because now you got Dan Bongino back with a microphone on a podcast where he is most dangerous. That's when he does his best work, not when he's actually in a position of power to start, holding people accountable, but when he can pretend that he will. That's when you gotta be careful. So Dan Bongino back in Ultra Instinct mode. Fucking clown, man. That's really about it. See ya. Seen the body cam have you seen the body cam of a driver who filmed himself violating a school's crosswalk and the police broke open his window to arrest him? Can't say I did. Crosswalk Violator Arrest. What a crazy title.
Shut up! There was no one crossing.
Being that it's School Resource Officer Appreciation Week, I want to thank these deputies for keeping our schools and our children safe, especially on the crosswalks. On February 10th, around 2 p.m. dismissal for a middle school, school surveillance captures a driver disregarding the crossing guard's commands to wait for students to pass, and he decides he'll drive through the crosswalk while the crossing guard is still standing there and students were attempting to cross.
Why? Man, must have really been in a rush to get home.
Here is the suspect's angle of the incident.
They posted it themselves and got 1 like. Wait, why would they do that? What?
Wins. Shut up.
What?
There was no one crossing. Video.
What a maniac.
You tried stepping in the way of my car? Dumbass.
On February 11th,
That voice is... That is a very interesting voice. It sounds like the Kanker sisters from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
the deputies review the surveillance and establish probable cause for the male driver for reckless driving and driving while license was suspended. They located the vehicle and attempted to contact him for an arrest.
You're being audio and video recorded, and you're under arrest.
For what?
Step out of the vehicle, and I'll explain it to you.
For what?
Step out of the vehicle, and I'll explain it to you.
Tell me your cause.
Reckless driving and 2 counts of driving suspended. Step out.
Oh! Yeah, no, that's not how that works.
That is how that works.
I did not reckless drive. I have it on video.
Okay, I need you to
You
step
do
out.
have it on video. That was very convenient,
I don't need
actually.
to get my supervisor.
Made it
You
much
step out of the
easier.
vehicle.
No probable
Okay.
cause.
If you do not unlock the car
You are
and
acting,
step out of the vehicle,
You are acting based on a false report.
if you do not unlock the car and step out
Oh,
of the
he's
vehicle,
also... Oh, shit.
driving and
I wanted to put my mouse over there. He's also filming as well. Getting multiple angles.
and step out of the vehicle, I will break your window. Okay?
You will break my window.
Yes.
And what is your cause?
I just told you.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Reckless driving and 2 counts of driving suspended. You are currently
That is
driving
not
suspended.
cause.
I watched you drive into the parking lot. You're driving
That is
suspended.
harassment.
That is not harassment.
It is actually
Okay.
by
I'm going to give you
legal
one more
definition.
opportunity to comply with this, and then I'm going to break your window.
All right, let me call my wife.
Step out of the vehicle, and I will let you drive. Call your wife.
You let me drive. Call my.
I will let you call your wife.
Can you tell me the probable cause?
I just told you the probable cause.
What is happening? What the fuck? I don't... I still can't believe that he posted the video himself from his dash cam. That's nuts. Very cool. I mean, it is very clear, like there's not a whole lot of wiggle room that it's some kind of misunderstanding or unjust. I'm gonna blue boss like that. Well, it's just annoying. I don't know. It's just very annoying. When it gets to like the Reddit arguments, it just starts to make my skin crawl. But whatever here.
Lock the car, and we will discuss this further.
Would you be willing to
step out of the car?
I'm glad I came back. That was wow. What a rip. That was primal.
And we will discuss this further.
Would you be willing to
step out of the car?
Oh, you're gonna be paying for that.
Okay.
Bro, how do I step out of the car if you're
Unlock
pulling me
the
through
car.
window? You're gonna be paying for that.
Unlock your seatbelt.
Stop trying to bitch.
Step out of the car. Hands behind your back.
You don't need to be so forceful.
Just comply. Yeah.
How am I not? I got out of the car. I stopped my recording. You know what? Do you know what Raz is? You have to tell
What
me
is
what
Raz?
gives you the cause. So what act gives you the cause?
1 minute.
I can show you on my phone video footage
I
that
don't need to
proves
see
that
your
the
video footage.
that is a false report. Oh, I.
Okay.
Well, come on. Where's your lights? Can I see that you're?
There's no way that's a fedora. There's no way that's a... Oh my god, there's no way. It can't be. No, maybe a bowler's hat. There's no way. No. No, it shan't. It couldn't be. No. No. This must be planted. No way.
I told you that.
Oh, you guys got a lawsuit on your hands. These guys have been harassing me since day one of school.
Have a seat.
I have a video.
You got anything on you that's gonna stick or poke me?
No.
Officer cut himself on the glass.
That they made a fault.
We know it can be frustrating to wait for crossing students, but we also want to know our kids are going to come home safe.
Is it frustrating? Like waiting 10 seconds for people using the crosswalk? Is it that frustrating? I don't really think it is. You don't have to like even pretend. This guy's just fucking unreasonable. He was there for like actually like 10 seconds. He had to get back to his post. True, you're right. In the time that he was there waiting at the car rider circle, he was missing valuable Discord moderation time. It was lawless. You're right. No, it was an emergency, or it was urgent. He should have a siren. You're so right. Get the fuck out of the way, kids! It's an emergency! Jesus Christ! Can't you see someone posted something unauthorized on my Reddit account? Oh God! Move! There were memes in general. Son of a bitch! I'm ramping it off the tow truck. I gotta get home. No! That hat told me all I needed to know. I still genuinely can't believe that. I would say that this is a skit if it wasn't for, like, the very clear evidence of it actually just being real. Like, this is just, it's a caricature. It's unfucking believable, man. Yeah, the window break was crazy. That window break was crazy. I don't know how hard it is to break a window like that. Maybe he had, like, really good leverage. But that was still fucking nuts.
Would you be willing to look at a video?
Unlock the car and we will discuss this further.
Would you be willing to
Step out of the car.
Will you please just take a look at my video? It's open, so it's extremely easy to break. Is it? Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I can't say I've seen too much of the tug on the window tactic. Because it's stupid as fuck. He cut his hands. True. It actually is like a pretty stupid tactic, to be honest. He did give himself a boo-boo. But man, if that didn't make a point. If that wasn't an exclamation mark on this, I don't know what is. The aura was off the charts. Time for a new video. Me and the boys destroy a car with our hands. Actually kind of a great idea. We still have that old junk car at the farm. Maybe I'll roll down a window and fucking tug on it with some gloves and see if I can get it. See how easy it is. What are some of the most dangerous combinations on the planet? Dynamite and a lighter, opioids and alcohol, Charles White and a basketball. But what about obsession and a weirdo? That is a recipe for disaster. A deranged individual becoming obsessed with someone or something, that is boogeyman shit. And I'm not talking obsessed about like, oh, I'm obsessed with working out or something like that. I'm talking about the obsession where it becomes like a full-blown fixation and genuinely a full-blown red alert mental disorder that spirals out of control and has oftentimes in the past led to some fatal outcomes. Like with stalkers, most notably the one everyone always goes to is the Bjork stalker, Ricardo Lopez. He was the one that filmed himself blowing his brains out after forming this obsession with Bjork and trying to assassinate her with a letter bomb, trying to murder her. It's frightening. It is genuinely scary. And last night on stream I learned about a new, potentially dangerous, obsessed weirdo where someone became fixated on a child from Fairly Odd Parents, a character named Hazel. And this obsession has become so strong that now they are sending threatening emails to the voice actress that plays this character on the show. And I've seen a handful of people saying that it's not that big of a deal, just point and laugh at this weirdo and move on. He's probably harmless. Just pop some popcorn and clown on him. And I just think that that's not exactly the way of handling someone like this. This is someone that needs to be reported, like, genuinely to authorities. This is someone that is, like, actually unhinged. This is a potential maniac, and I don't think it gets taken seriously enough when it comes to this kind of shit. So anyway, I'll show you what we went over on stream, and then we also went over some other big examples of people just like this guy that have in the past gone on killing sprees as a result of their obsession with cartoon children. You saw a super creepy email the voice actor for Hazel in the new Fairly Odd Parents cartoon received? Fairly Odd Parents voice actress Ashley Crystal Hairston shares disturbing obsessive email from fan fixated on character Hazel. Ashley, the last time I sent you a message, you ignored me. I really did not appreciate being discarded like that, so I'll try to reach out to you again. You do not have to respond, but I implore you to at least listen to what I have to say. But if she doesn't respond, you feel discarded and get upset and then send another email. It's a lose-lose. You're not even really giving her permission. It's the illusion of choice. I'm going to assume you did not read the DM I sent you, but on the off chance you did, I apologize for using racial slurs. So I'd just like to reiterate that I am completely in love with Hazel. She is perfect in every way. To say I'm in love with her is honestly an understatement. She is the love of my life. The universe itself has told me that Hazel is my soulmate, and who are you to go against God? This immediately has the DNA of that guy who killed his sister over his love of Clementine from The Walking Dead. Anyone remember that guy? It was this Nicholas Prosper. It was his sister that he murdered, right? I'm pretty sure it was. This is some very, very, very disturbing shit. We talked about this on stream a while ago. But he became obsessed with Clementine from the game. A child, by the way. And I think it was he let his sister play the game, and he was watching, and then didn't like a decision that she had made. Why did you kill Larry in front of Clementine? That kind of thing. And then killed her. It was actually his whole family. He killed all of them. What? Oh my god, what? It's been a while since we went over it, but I thought it was only one person that he killed. It was his whole family? Yeah, you're right. The Prosper family murders. 18-year-old Nicholas Prosper murdered his mother, Juliana, his sister, and brother. And yep, all three had been killed by a double-barrel shotgun. He also intended to commit a school shooting. And so his father survived. On September 16, 2024, his father, Ray Prosper, shouted, "I still love you, son. It's not your fault, okay?" That's just heartbreaking to hear, man. I couldn't even imagine being a parent and having something like that, where your son is a fucking evil monster. It must be the most difficult thing in the world to come to terms with. And now your whole life, everyone that you've loved, your wife, your kids are dead because of your son. That's just an entire brain breaker. Prosper shared a pre-recorded video where he referred to The Walking Dead online at 6:22 a.m. and disposed of 2 mobile phones, believing this would protect a group of pedophiles he talked to on Twitter. At one point, Prosper abandoned the bag containing the shotgun and ammunition in a bush at a playing field. At 7:55, Prosper left his hiding spot, walked down Birmingham Road toward a passing police car, which he flagged down with a raised hand. Prosper believed that all schools in the area would be locked down, so his plan was foiled and decided to surrender. That's how they caught him. He was charged with 3 counts of murder. This video, like, he had a YouTube channel dedicated to his love of Clementine. Like, it was all documented.
It's on Living.
It's completely fucking crazy. Like, it's unbelievable. It's beyond disturbing. Here's one of the videos.
He went home with it, and there he set up a webcam, put on his best bucket hat, and began to film a video. Right away in the video, he clearly states that, due to the decisions Giselle made in the game, he was planning on mutilating her face beyond recognition.
On June 30th, my sister decided to make the only correct choices in episode 1 of season 1 of The Walking Dead games. and for that her face will be mutilated further than necessary.
After mentioning his sister, he turns his attention to a video he saw on YouTube. This was gameplay footage of the Walking Dead game recorded by a channel called Living Echoes.
It's just fucking horrifying, man. Sick, twisted, evil people out there. But point is, this is giving me that exact same energy. This feels like the exact same guy. This is dangerous. Genuinely is dangerous. Like, it is wacky to point and laugh at the freak, but this is a genuinely dangerous, unhinged person. What I'm trying to say is that to see you, Hazel's voice actress and co-creator, ship Devzel broke my heart. She's my wife and I love her more than anything. God hates you for getting in the way of Hazel's and my love. Soon you will feel the universe's wrath. Hazel is mine and mine alone. I love her, and she loves me. I will never forgive you for the hurt you have caused. I suggest you take down all the Devzel posts you made, the interviews mentioning it, and stop shipping them if you want a peaceful life. Hazel is canonically 10 years old, by the way. Well, yeah, that's pretty clear. It's Fairly Odd Parents. That Danny Phantom dude had a YouTube channel too, right? Yep. Oh God, what was it called? Something Blaze. Was it Andrew Blaze or something? All about his obsession over the Amber. Yeah, it was Andrew Blaze. Thought so. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. He also did a shooting, such a weird phenomenon. Yeah, he went and killed coworkers. His real name's Randy Stair. But he went by Andrew Blaze online and was obsessed with her from Danny Phantom. It's scary how common this stuff is getting. Feels not safe. I wouldn't say that it's getting more common. It's just we see a lot of it now. But this kind of obsession has been around for as long as, as long as I can remember. Think about the Bjork stalker, for instance. But if you're talking about like the phenomenon of people getting obsessed with fictional characters like in cartoons and shit, I guess that's a little newer since cartoons are a little bit newer. But those kind of people have always existed. It's fucking scary. And they seem to always get obsessed with children characters in the cartoon. Clementine, Hazel. I once watched a man die, and as the light was slowly fading from his eyes, he grabbed my hand and he said to me, "Peter?" I replied, "Yes, Ben." He said, "What is it all for? All these streaming services, this plague." And then he shed the mortal coil. And to this day, that question still echoes in my head, because I don't know. Why are we surrounded by so many dog shit streaming services? When will it end? It's entirely unnecessary. All that being said, one of them that I've made fun of quite a bit in the past has just done something to impress me. Tubi, which used to be a joke, at least to me. I used to view that platform as a big hoot and a holler gag. Kind of like it didn't even register to me as like a legitimate service, just more so like a pathetic whimper of a platform. But I just familiarized myself with their catalog, and I genuinely have to give them props for what they're doing over there. Yeah, I saw the Tubi news. I've been clowning on Tubi for a little while. Like, I'm not the most familiar with it, but when we were going through, like, the streaming services rabbit hole where everything is a streaming service and half of them you haven't even heard of, just, like, the wackiest ones that are just actual glup shitto tier names, Tubi was one of them that we kind of clowned on. But then I saw their catalog here. They're adding some of the all-time great cartoons to their catalog, so much so that I think this is just, like, an actual game changer in the streaming landscape. Just look at this list of some of the shit they've added. Codename Kids Next Door, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Batman Brave and the Bold, Ben 10, Dexter's Lab, Ed, Edd and Eddy, Foster's Home, Justice League, Pinky and the Brain, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, Batman. It's an incredibly stacked catalog now that they have. So I'm becoming somewhat of a Tubi fan. That is incredible news. No subscriptions and all ad-free, which is something I didn't know, in my defense, when we clowned on it a while ago. I did not know that. No one told me that. That was a lie, by the way. Just a full-blown fib from chat. It's not entirely ad-free, apparently. I don't know what that guy was smoking. Maybe that was a Tubi representative trying to get people hype and sell everyone on Tubi and just made that up. But it is not ad-free. It's still a free service, like you can still watch things, but there are ads. That's how they make money. Didn't Tubi make shit ads a while back? You're thinking of Quibi. That was the one where they, like, paid millions and millions of dollars in marketing and millions of dollars on these, like, absolute dog shit movies that are, like, 40 minutes long that were terrible. That was Quibi. Or, nope, that's not the name of it. What the hell was it called? Oh, no, it was Quibi. I did get it right. You're thinking of this. No, Tubi actually used to blow. It's just gotten better. Okay, then maybe it was truly the perfect time to clown on it, and now they're good. Unironically ahead of its time, now all people do is watch movies and shows on TikTok. You're talking about Quibi? You're not wrong. The way that people consume content has drastically changed. So actually, they were ahead of their time. People literally watch House exclusively through YouTube Shorts, for example. Tubi still has a ton of extremely fun bad movies like Tales of the Detroit Pig Lady. Tales of the Detroit Pig Lady? That's a Tubi original? Like, what is this? One of Nolan's earlier works? What the hell is Detroit Pig Lady? This looks interesting. Oh, it just started playing. Hold on. The whole thing just immediately started playing. That's so hype. What an easy service to use. The Detroit legend of an old woman who lived on the block. They say she resembles a pig and will appear if you say her name 3 times in a dark room. So it's Bloody Mary, but for the Detroit Pig Lady. The Blood of La Llorona. Wait, maybe I need to watch some of this Tubi trash. Wait, these might go kind of hard. The Walk of Rufus II, Theotis. The Priest Thanksgiving Massacre. Die 2-4. What does that mean? Die 2-4? I can't even process what that could mean. Oh, it's 2 die 4. Oh my god, the formatting on that is worse than the don't open dead inside one. Don't dead open inside. It's under the picture. Oh, I didn't even look. I was just looking at these. I was too drawn in for the actual the text at the bottom. Horror anthology of short horror films from cult underground indie horror filmmakers from across the globe that will make your heart race. Bombshell Butcher. Creepy Tales of Pizza and Gore. Bro, I'm gonna have to watch some of this Tubi shit. It sounds awesome. There's a Popeye horror movie called Popeye the Slayer. You aren't ready for the meals Tubi is prepared to serve you up. No, I don't think so. I can handle their strongest potions. I have seen so much shit, there is nothing on Tubi that's going to be worse than some of the things I've already seen. Bro, these movies literally have like $20 budgets. I mean, that's cool. Hey, even if the 99% of this is trash, it's cool that they at least give them a platform to slap it on. Whatever. I can't even be mad at that. And the fact that they now have some of the best... it's not even up for debate. The fact that they have the best catalog when it comes to animation now. Well, we'll say cartoons. I'm a Tubi fan. It feels like a piracy streaming site layout. A little bit, huh? So how does Tubi make money if it's completely ad-free and no subscription? What's their monetization model? Is this some kind of like honey level shadiness? Like, what do they do? It does have ads. Oh, okay. Why does chat keep fucking lying then? Okay, so they do have ads. What happened to the League of Legends arc? Oh man, I'll spoil this a little bit, I suppose. I made a joke a while ago, like after we won the Demacia Cup, about doing like a full documentary, and we have gone hog wild on that documentary. So we got a huge documentary coming up about our Demacia Cup win as we prep for our next clash for the Noxus Cup. So we went hard on the documentary following we found the G-spot. So I'm still deep in that League of Legends arc. Holy shit, put it on Tubi! We should do that. It is very high quality. I think people will be very excited. We got the Shopify Rebellion editing squad on it. Well, I don't want to spoil it too much, because we also have a really, really big surprise with it that kind of blew the scale of it way over our expectations. We might have got a little too big with it. Will Chinese Charles also do a documentary? We'll see. Oh man, the Chinese translation on Bilibili for our League documentary is going to go nuts. They're going to be so excited on Bilibili to follow the journey of We Found the G-Spot. WFTGS Gaming, holy. I saw something weird today. It comes from TMZ. It's a surveillance camera clip of a guy sniffing a sofa right after an underage girl had got up and left from it. And this clip actually sparked a bit of a debate online, as everything seems to nowadays. Even something as objectively gross and unacceptable as this. There's no audio in the clip. Everyone's just been uploading this with different royalty-free stock beep beep boop bop music like Mr. Krabs was listening to in SpongeBob, so I just went ahead and muted that. That was apparently an underage girl that just got up and left, and this guy wanders in there and immediately just beelines like a homing missile to the sofa where she was once sitting and just dives in like he's bobbing for apples, gets a big huff, and then just leaves. This happened at a dance studio, and apparently one of the owners had contacted the police to report the disturbing incident. The cops watched the video, felt it was strange behavior, investigated, discovered his identity, and were determining whether or not criminal charges are warranted. The girl was apparently leaving a dance lesson, and then he executed Operation Super Sniffer while another dance lesson was in progress. I feel like any normal person would watch that and agree that that is disgusting, creepy shit that is definitely warranting some kind of punishment. I don't know what the charges would be. I don't know if they've written into law, illegal sniffing or something, but I have to imagine there's gotta be something, right? Like, this is behavior that has to have some kind of repercussions. He walks into this dance studio after this child leaves that sofa, and it seems like his main goal there is to sniff where she was. Now, it does seem like there is like a cut between when she leaves and when he enters. I don't know how much time elapsed, but he immediately has like a mission in mind. Like, he goes in there with a plan and does it right away, then leaves after smelling it. I don't know if he's even on a phone call. Maybe that's just a ruse. But, I mean, if he is, he's talking to somebody on the phone. Oh, yeah, business. Business, and then excuses himself from the dance studio. Like, it's fucking weird. Since there's not a ton of information about this, it's been a lot of speculation on what he's even doing there in the first place. Because it's not like he just ended up there by pure coinkydink. He didn't just spawn in the second that girl left the sofa. He was clearly already there. And the question then becomes, why? Maybe he has a child that also attends the same dance studio, which would be extremely concerning. I also have to imagine this isn't his first rodeo with this kind of shit, considering he just so brazenly does this just in public here, while there is another dance lesson going on as well. Absolutely, no hesitation or anything. He just walks in there, he gives like a little hand gesture, like he was doing a Jedi mind trick to an ant or something, and then he just immediately goes for it. This is a sick freak. Now, as I mentioned, this clip has actually had a bit of a debate with people defending him, if you can believe that. And I'm sure you can believe that, because that is the state of the world right now. The biggest thing people are saying to fight for this guy's honor is that maybe he didn't know that that girl was underage. Maybe he thought that was an adult. Okay, let's play ball with that game theory. Let's assume he thought this was an adult instead of a child. It's still creepy, fucking gross behavior. Even if he did this not at a dance studio but at a bar, it would still be some unacceptable degenerate shit. If he's just spying on women, waiting for them to get up from their seat so that way he can march over there, fee-fi-fo-fumming his way so he could stick his nose where their ass once was in order to get a whiff of the fumes there, freaky style, that would still be fucking weird. Like, it doesn't change that fact. This is unacceptable behavior. And the fact that he does this where a child was sitting makes it significantly worse. I then also saw people unironically saying that maybe he had smelt something bad and wanted to check where it was coming from to make sure everything was okay, like a gas leak or something. Which, I gotta tell ya, sports fans, that is lunacy, to actually be trying to make that argument in this case. How many of you, when you smell something bad, your instinct is to go shove your whole face into it? Like, if I smell dog shit and it's like, oh boy, P.U., this is yucky, I'm not immediately going to bury myself in that dog shit to confirm the bad smell. Like, this guy was damn near rolling around in the sofa. Like, there is no world where this guy was just trying to investigate a, yucky smell to figure out where it was coming from and what was going on. And it doesn't look like he smells something bad, by the way. He's not like, oh, like he's not scrunching his face up. It looks like he is like delighted to go right where that girl was sitting on the sofa so he could get a big smell of it. It is a crazy, actual, unhinged take to try and say that maybe this guy was trying to figure out, get to the bottom of a mystery of a bad smell. And now the security camera footage makes him look bad. That's nuts. I have to just show you this comment here. I saw this first on a YouTube short, and this comment was in the replies to someone upset about TMZ even bothering to cover something like this. So this is one of the people saying, well, it could have been a bad smell. What if there was a bad smell and he was checking where it was coming from? There's so many reasons why that could have happened. Get a life. There's so many reasons why that could have happened. They're making it sound like this guy tripped and fell or something, or slipped on a banana peel. What do you mean so many reasons why that could have happened? It's not like it was an accident. This guy didn't just lose his balance and plunge face first into the sofa where that underage girl was sitting. He did it on purpose. There's not so many reasons. This comment was so delusional that it would have actually been comical if it wasn't also scary, where this person's going to try and excuse this kind of behavior as maybe he was checking for a bad smell. There's plenty of reasons why this guy might have went over to that sofa to sniff where the child was sitting. So many reasons. Get a life. Get over it. It's not a big deal. It's so fucking peculiar. It's sad. It is sad that something like this can't even just unanimously be condemned anymore. That there has to be people still, for some reason, fighting tooth and nail that A, it's not a big deal, or B, you're just not understanding what actually happened here. Here's the real story, and it's just fucking fanfic people are pulling out of their ass to defend a complete stranger who was just a degenerate. What the fuck? Now, just to be crystal clear, the vast majority of people agree that this is completely unacceptable and that there needs to be punishment coming to this guy for this. I truly don't think this is his first time doing it either. I think he has probably done this many times. This is just the first time he's been caught doing it. So most people agree with that sentiment, but the fact that there's even a handful of people, a noticeable amount of people defending it, is just so pathetic. It is just so sad. There are some even more outrageous explanations people have drummed up, but I'm just going to give you one more, and it's this little thread right here, which was in reply to the clip. There may be some reasonable explanation for this behavior. He enters, talking to someone, goes to couch, sniffs, continues talking, then leaves. That is not the behavior of a perv who would spend more time with the area where the girl sat. Perv may not be the explanation. No, I don't know why is, but I will watch the story. He then has a couple of people who agree with him in the comments. The idea that a perv would sniff a couch for only 3 seconds then leave is ridiculous. Whoever released this video should be sued for violating privacy. Employees should be able to do their jobs without having every moment scrutinized by an online mob. There are so many assumptions there, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where he's pulling this from, that it's an employee doing this. If it is, that's extremely alarming. This other person chimes in. I thought the same. Felt like something smelled wrong, maybe like piss, and he fast checked. I would imagine something different if he really wanted to enjoy that. So basically the Goof Troop's argument here is because he only did it for like 3 seconds, he's not a pervert most likely, because he didn't take his time to enjoy it. And they say that the notion that he is a pervert is ridiculous because he only spent like 3 seconds doing it. That makes no fucking sense. That doesn't compute. Would you also say that the Burbank butt sniffer is not a pervert? This was a guy who cruised bookstores and would periodically sniff women's asses, and he would only sniff their ass for like half a second, maybe a full second. Is he not a pervert because he didn't spend his time enjoying it? He didn't sit there for like 10 seconds doing it. Is the Burbank butt sniffer also innocent? This is stupid. They're unironically trying to say that he didn't meet the time threshold to be a pervert, thus there must be another explanation. Doing the act at all is the act of a pervert. It doesn't matter how long he did it for. What the fuck? That is so unbelievably dumb. And it's not just this group of 3. Like I said, there are quite a few people making the same argument. And then that last guy had an even stupider take about how maybe he was checking for piss. Okay, so the piss patrol walks in here, and the way that he checks for urine is to face plant into it? Who checks for piss that way? Who would possibly do that? I have yet to see any explanation for this other than him just being a fucking degenerate. There is just, I feel like, so little wiggle room that this is some kind of misunderstanding. The only thing that I was able to think of, and I think it is so fucking unrealistic that I don't think it's even remotely possible, but the only thing that would maybe make this a misunderstanding is if it turns out that that guy is that girl's father, and he is on the phone with her. That's who he's talking to on the phone, and she was worried that maybe she shit her pants or something. So then she had her dad go in there because she was embarrassed. So now she's talking to her dad on the phone, telling him where she sat. So then he goes and checks and sniffs to see if there's like a shit smell coming from it in order to let her know whether or not she like ruined the sofa or something. But I think that is very unlikely considering the dance studio contacted the authorities. I feel like the dance studio would probably know if that was the girl's father. And also, again, if he was there to investigate a bad smell, whether she shit or pissed or something on the sofa, he wouldn't put his whole face into it and like run it around the sofa. Nobody in their right mind would do that. I feel like there is just no possible explanation for this that isn't him just being a fucking freak. So anyway, I wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's really about it. So yeah. Oh boy, we got another huge lawsuit against Valve that just popped up today. Recently, Valve's been catching lawsuits like Pokemon, and they are fresh off a W against the Rothschilds. Only a week ago, they squeaked out this huge W against the Rothschilds. I can't emphasize enough just how impressive that is to beat them. That's like beating Umbrella Corp. Like, that was an incredible win for Valve there. And now they immediately go into round 2 here with a lawsuit from the New York Attorney General, Letitia James, basically claiming that Valve knowingly promotes illegal gambling with their loot boxes in games like CS2, Dota 2, and TF2 that is accessible and even targeted at minors. Now, this is far from the first time this has been a big subject. In fact, many of you might remember in 2018, Belgium actually had a loot box ban. This was during the incredible EA era where they put their own dick in their ass as much as possible with the, sense of pride and accomplishment and surprise mechanic spin they tried to put on like loot boxes and shit. And Belgium eventually ruled that it was predatory, it was a game of chance that would lead to profit or loss, and thus they banned it in Belgium. And fast forward to today, you can't open CS cases in Belgium, it seems. Now, at the time, this was a pretty big deal, and the US and the UK also tried to make arguments that, yeah, this does constitute gambling, but as they went through the process, they then declared that it's not really gambling because you're getting an actual in-game item, you're not getting money. But now, to today, they are now saying that because it has grown so much, this ecosystem through these loot boxes where some items are selling for thousands of dollars, or even the famous AK that sold for $1 million not that long ago. And then there's also like these third-party sites that are using CS cases and CS items to instantly turn it into money, where it is just full-blown gambling casinos based around CS items. So they are saying that, Valve can no longer use the excuse of, no, it's just in-game cosmetic items. They are now saying that it isn't just a cosmetic in-game item, it carries very real monetary value that leads to people getting addicted to gambling and trying to win them, fundamentally. Now, it seems like Valve might have seen the writing on the wall at some point because they have been making changes to the way this functions in CS. So, like, they have done, Genesis Terminal stuff like that to try and change things around a little bit to avoid falling into hot water, but the hot water has come. And Valve is far from the only gaming company that has mechanics like this. It's a very standard industry norm now when it comes to loot boxes and cosmetics that carry real world value, especially in mobile games, for example. And other companies have been hit in the past by lawsuits alleging illegal gambling practices in their games. Valve is just the latest target, and they are by far the biggest one. And in the lawsuit, there is some really sketchy stuff. There is a whole section about games causing violence. For some reason, they decided to just fucking toss that little sour nugget in there for no fucking reason. The most dunked upon, the most spit upon, the most debunked nonsense talking point ever. They decided to slide into this lawsuit against Valve on illegal gambling practices. And also, they have very misleading stuff in there, like this section here, where they're saying that they have these near-miss mechanics where they'll show you the gold item and then you'll stop one slot right before it. You'll get the worthless item right next to it while seeing the gold to keep you hooked, like, I was that close, I'll get back into the Crucible now. Except that doesn't happen in CS anymore. That hasn't been the case since, fucking 8 years ago or something? They changed that a long time ago. If you see a gold, you're getting a gold. If it was a red item there, then that would be real, but that screenshot they show there is just fraudulent. And also, apparently, it's taken from an Oni Pixel stream where he even got the gold item there.
You can actually see a Twitch chat with an emote from Oni Pixel. And when they tracked down the exact stream the screenshot is from, he actually wins the knife in the clip. So just blatant misinfo.
Oh my god. You and they.
That's a certified objection moment right there. That is just blatantly wrong. On purpose. That is very, very deceptive there. So, anyway, there is some funkiness in this lawsuit that's very fishy. Anyway, we're going to get more into the nitty-gritty here in a moment that I was going through on stream. But I do believe most people agree that CS skins and the skin economy, the cases, and all of the shit that spawned as a result of it, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry here from the cosmetics. I think most people agree it does very much revolve around gambling. That is a real thing, and that means it'll be a really interesting lawsuit to see how it all shakes out, because I think it will be difficult for Valve to once again say, no, these are just in-game items, there's no, real money there at all, because it's a huge, huge, huge industry now. And this is a very big deal lawsuit that would have wide-reaching effects across many different games, because again, it's not like Valve is the only one that has things like this. Even League of Legends has Hextech cases or crates and Hextech keys, so this is a very big lawsuit. I do find it interesting that they've gone after Valve here for their first big fish, Especially in an era where things like fucking Polymarket and Kalshi are extremely accessible to literally everyone and are, by all possible definitions, just gambling, despite how they try and spruce it up by calling it, well, prediction market, that kind of shit. I am somewhat surprised that they wouldn't start going after them when that is becoming very, very normalized to the point where even fucking CNN has a Kalshi partnership. Instead, they would rather go hog wild and laser focus on Valve of all things. That is an interesting decision, if you ask me. You heard Valve is being sued by the New York Attorney General for promoting illegal gambling through loot boxes? I did. In the lawsuit, they say video games cause violence and Valve is responsible. In the gambling lawsuit, they say that? New York sues Valve, alleging its loot boxes are quintessential gambling. Letitia James seeks to stop Valve from promoting gambling features in games like CS2. Since when does Verge not let you read articles without paying? Okay, last time I go on Verge. Citing the alleged promotion of gambling towards minors, Letitia James is suing Valve. Lawsuit claims this is in direct contradiction to the state's regulations on the matter, and the end goal, should the court rule in James' favor, is to put an end to these practices and require fees to be paid in reparation. Landmark lawsuit, should it prove successful, would be another tidal wave in a long-running gaming practice that has faced significant setbacks over the many years since loot boxes first became a popular money-making tool among US-based publishers. I'm old enough to remember when EA tried to rebrand them as surprise mechanics. Illegal gambling can be harmful and lead to serious addiction problems, especially for our young people. The value of Counter-Strike skins rose significantly in recent years, attracting speculators and investors who viewed these virtual items as potentially lucrative digital assets. That is true. We've seen a single weapon command a $1 million real-world price tag on CS2's marketplace. We've watched as the game has straight up crashed over valuation. And that's just Counter-Strike. Valve's really gone full hog, some might argue, with other games that happen to have 2 in their title, Dota 2, TF2, are the Attorney General's other big targets. Valve's loot box model can be especially harmful to children. They assert young users with limited funds can be enticed to start gambling through loot boxes in the hopes of attaining a virtual item that they believe will enhance their status in the game's virtual worlds. Research has shown that children who are introduced to gambling are 4 times more likely to develop a gambling problem later in life than those who are not. In addition, although this case is about illegal gambling, it is important to note that Valve's promotion of games that glorify violence and guns helps fuel the dangerous epidemic of gun violence, particularly among young gamers who can become numb to grave violence before their brains are fully developed. Yikes. Oh. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? Holy shit. I just can't believe they still try this. There are plenty of conversations to be had about loot box and gambling and all of that. I totally understand. That's been a conversational topic for years. This is just a dead fucking end, man. I can't believe they still bring this shit up. Actual yappuccino over nothing. I've never even understood the argument. Like, would books and movies not cause violence? Like Catcher in the Rye? You're not old enough to remember when they tried that exact same thing. Video games is just the latest target. Before video games, it was movies. Before movies, it was books. Like, it's always just a popular scapegoat to say this thing causes bad stuff. And then in between books and movies, it was music. Like Elvis, the devil music, stuff like that. They've always done that. It's just changing targets. Elvis was the devil, to be fair. Well, I mean, Elvis was a bad guy, yeah, I get that. But rock and roll, here, to broaden it. Rock and roll being the devil's music. That was a very popular thing. A very popular target. So what are we predicting? A Valve winning sweep? Well, this being thrown in here is complete useless gobbledygook. This is absolute mumbo-jumbo nonsense. I don't even know why it's ham-fisted into this. The actual lawsuit meat is somewhat interesting, and I'm very curious how it shakes out here. This is not the first lawsuit about loot boxes and gambling, specifically about like gambling that minors can partake in. Like mobile games have gone through lawsuits similar to this, and it's never like resulted in anything overly huge outside of like a couple of areas. So I guess we'll see. I'm very interested in this one. Valve is on a hot streak right now of W's. They just won that other lawsuit like fucking 4 days ago. Like, they've got a lot of momentum here. I wonder what Gabe Newell thinks of this lawsuit. You think he's going to leave his yacht over this one? Nah. Absolutely not. He's too busy out there on the sea. Researching, shooting some hoops, grinding. I thought he sold his yacht. Did he get a new one? Do you not know about Gabe Newell and yachts? Dude loves yachts so much, he bought an entire fucking shipyard that produces the yacht that he likes. So now he has a yacht manufacturer for himself. And just got a $500 million research vessel. What was the name of that shipyard, actually? Because I hope he renamed it. Just to make it like Gabe Newell's Fun Factory or some shit. It's a Dutch yacht builder named Ocean Co. He keeps getting sued so much he's escaping the international waters. I bet Gabe Newell doesn't even know that his company has been in these lawsuits. I bet he has no fucking clue. He just gets infinite money checks every probably quarter. I would say he probably gets paid out quarterly or something maybe. I don't know how they do dividends over there. But he just gets infinite money and he's like, alright, that's cool. Yeah, go back to doing whatever you're doing. I'm busy. Get the fuck off my yacht. Yeah, I have no idea how this one's going to shake out because this is like a very contentious subject. Because, I mean, at the core of it, it is gambling. Very much so. It definitely is. Always has been. Everyone knows that. So I wonder what'll happen. Probably nothing would be my guess. They should have targeted EA, much easier to beat them. EA's already been targeted. So I feel like they didn't want to do the same target again. I told you, it's only getting worse, man. Yesterday I made that video going over the silly, goofy fight over Pokemon cards at a restock, which, again, Pokemon restocks are basically the purge at this point. You're not actually even going there for product. You're going there to either get your teeth punched out or your skull caved in. It's just become a place where it's a PvP-enabled zone and people throw hands and try and get as much Pokemon product as they can, just gluttonously consuming it to try and turn around and sell it for a profit. And in the video I made on that yesterday, I said that it's only a matter of time before someone gets killed over it. There's already been a shooting over Pokemon cards, and I'm sure there will be a murder around the corner. And it turns out that that did already happen. I just learned about a case in Chile where a 20-year-old woman who is a Pokemon vendor was kidnapped and killed by a couple looking to rob her of her Pokemon cards. So they kidnapped her and murdered her in her apartment and stole her Pokemon cards. Now, there's no English outlets reporting on this case as of right now, so all of the information I'm getting comes from Chilean sources directly, which I have to translate. And on YouTube, they only have auto-dubbing available, which I find to be pretty unreliable. I don't think it's entirely accurate, but I've checked some people in Chile that are relaying the information as well that corroborate a lot of what the auto-dubbing is saying. So the story is true based on all the information here. Just certain elements of it might be a bit incorrect, like the value of the Pokemon cards they stole. It's reported that this couple robbed and murdered this woman for 3,000 pesos worth of Pokemon cards, which is not expensive. That's not a huge value there. They didn't get the fucking one piece or anything. They basically got like 2 hamburgers worth of Pokemon cards. So like I feel like maybe that number is incorrectly translated, or maybe they truly did do all of this over that little amount. Like the Pokemon card hysteria is completely out of control. So it's possible it really was over just that little amount. But no matter how expensive the Pokemon cards were, it doesn't justify murdering someone for them. That is a vile, evil action. And they have been taken into custody. They have been arrested. They are being charged with robbery and robbery with homicide. So fingers crossed they get maximum punishment here.
Another important part of this investigation is precisely to reveal the amount of Pokemon cards that were ultimately stolen from the victim. We are talking about Camilla Dominic and Olortig Quispe, as Florencia was telling you, a young woman who is only 20 years old, and this incident is being investigated as a robbery with homicide. Unfortunately, and this is what the family is asking for, the body of this 20-year-old woman has not yet been found, but all the evidence that the prosecution has at this time leads them to a single answer, that a homicide occurred inside the apartment of one of the defendants.
Her name was Dominic Camilla Olortigwe Quispe, and she was reported missing for quite some time. Investigators believe that she was murdered in one of their apartments, this Chilean couple. They, based on some of the other reports that I read as well as what I was watching from broadcasts, they found surveillance footage that shows them taking her into an apartment and she never leaves.
Unfortunately, in addition, the two defendants, two people, a man and a woman under 30 years old, are also being held in preventative detention. Now, what happened? This young woman was selling Pokemon cards in a community of young people who exchanged these cards. She was moving around
trade
with her
show.
card, where she had an approximate value of cards worth around 3,000 pesos. This would be the method of procedure.
What?
Why? The reason why the defendant would...
So they kidnapped and killed her to steal 3,000 pesos worth of Pokemon cards. What the fuck? This was the first report I watched on it that gave the general overview of everything that unfolded. It was a couple. They had got Dominic Camilla to their apartment, and she never left. They have security camera footage of her going in, and then they only ever have footage of the perpetrators leaving, and there's a lot of other things that they found on the security camera footage. But in this report, they said that the value of the cards they stole was 3,000 pesos, which again, that's literally buying like a handful of gummy worms. That's not a lot at all. But in the other report I was watching, they say 3 million pesos, which is quite a bit more. Not that it changes anything here. Having someone's life taken over Pokemon cards is completely unacceptable, and this couple should 1000% never see the light of day again. They should be locked in a hole for the rest of their lives. This is a genuinely evil action that is unforgivable. But I just wanted to show that since there aren't any English sources that are reporting on this as of this moment, I have to rely on translations, and they're not entirely accurate. So the story does get a little muddy, so if there's any things that I'm messing up, I apologize, but this is a very serious story, and one that I just can't help but yap about, man. The state of the Pokemon hobby couldn't be worse.
Robbery, because the victim's belongings were allegedly stolen. A cart that she usually used to move her folders which contain these Pokemon cards that are valued at close to 3 million pesos. And finally, that is what also leads the prosecution to part of the evidence used by the prosecution to indicate that a robbery occurred here, and that they later attempted to, or ultimately killed, this 20-year-old woman. We must review the words of the prosecution that refer to this case. Sendum, the victim is seen entering the apartment with the defendant, and only the defendant is seen leaving on several occasions. And the defendant must have entered with the defendant, and always taking the victim's cart, where she had all her letters, which were the ones with the greatest value.
The auto-dubbing is just really falling apart. It's sucking major ass here. But from what I can piece together with this broadcast as well as what I've read, is that on the security camera footage, they know that Dominic Camilla was in the apartment. She went into that apartment. And they also know through the security camera footage she never left. But the couple did on numerous occasions, and had even left with Milla's belongings. And what she said there with letters that had the most value, I think they were talking about the cards. They left with her Pokemon cards, the greatest value Pokemon cards, and they have evidence of that through this footage.
And there are also videos where the defendant is seen entering the supermarket to buy these garbage bags and packing tape. According to the prosecution, these security cameras are key to the investigation, and they are continuing the investigation based on these records, which show the defendants' constant comings and goings from an apartment on Monjita Street in the Santiago commune, where the victim was allegedly taken, and from which apartment the victim never left. These records are important because the body of this young woman, who is only 20 years old, Camila Dominic, has still not been found.
They are also alleging that through the security camera footage, they saw that this couple was getting trash bags and tape and bringing it into the apartment and just very suspicious shit like that. That is extremely shady. So they haven't found her body. They are still investigating and doing all they can to locate that, but they are treating this as robbery with homicide. That's what they are pursuing here. They have enough evidence to support that, it seems, and it is just fucking sickening, man. I know I've made so much content on it recently, I just can't help blabber about it. I'm obviously very passionate about TCGs, have an entire fucking channel dedicated to it. So seeing what's happened to not just Pokemon, but just TCGs across the board really sucks. And in Pokemon in particular, it is really in the shitter. It is just terrifying. People being beaten to a fucking pulp, people being shot over Pokemon cards, and now even people having their lives taken over Pokemon cards. And again, there's other examples of scalpers going crazy and all like, you know, trying to get their hands on the same stuff to try and flip for like a fucking $5 profit over the years. But for Pokemon in particular, it has become just deplorable. Like, Team Rocket doesn't beat up Ash Ketchum or shoot Pokemon trainers to get their hands on the Pokemon. And they certainly don't murder people over it, but the fucking Chilean Jesse and James here certainly do. It's scary, and it's only getting worse. Like I said, it has spiraled totally out of control now. It's heartbreaking hearing about what happened to this woman in Chile. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about it a bit. That's really it. See ya.